All right, everybody. I want to welcome a special guest to the show today. Winner of 12 straight fights, fresh off of his UFC 311 bantamweight championship defense. The champ, Merab Dvalishvili. You need to help me out here.
You should practice before. You should practice. Dvalishvili.
Dvalishvili.
Yes, sir.
The sad part
100%.
is,
You tell him.
Merab, I did practice before, and then I got the champ on here and I messed it up.
Hey, Merab, thank you for coming on, Merab. And
Of course.
I, I'm sorry. I raised a good son, but I'm not a father who knows how to teach good and proper pronunciations. I know a little bit about fighting and about this, but as far as pronouncing things properly, I was not the best father. So
I see.
I have to admit that. But you are a good man. You're a champion. The first thing I want to do is, like I said, thank you for coming on. Thanks for taking the time to do this. But congratulations on your last win. But for me, it's more important to also congratulate you on the way that you behave like a champion in and out of the cage, the octagon,
Thank you.
because to me that catches my attention. Because a lot of people can fight like a champion, but not always behave like a champion. You have been able to do both. And matter of fact, I'm aware of when you won the UFC title, your country awarded you with a cash award, and you used it to give back and donate it to the local area to teach grappling for the kids.
Yes.
And that's why I'm impressed by you. That's why I respect you.
Thank
And
you.
I just wish that everybody would get that part of it down where they could behave like a champion as well as fight like a champion. So my next question is that important to you? I mean, it's one thing to be able to make money. It's another thing to have a belt. It's another thing to have that respect and title champion, world champion. But it's another thing when you can use that to help people. Is that an important part of this for Marab?
Yeah, thank you for this question. Yes, of course. That was my dream to come successful, and when I will be one day successful, and I can help my friends or the people, the regular people, to achieve them goal. So now I think, yeah, before it was hard, like before I come champion, but now I once I come champion, I know that even if I lost my next fight, I always will have a status the champion. I reached this. I already got belt, and so and then I know also like I'm I I want to share this with this money or with this like I want to help other people, other generation, and I want to give them back. Yeah, it's gonna be money or love or like support, and that's uh, that's who I am, and that's I was always been like this, you know. Um, just I'm trying to stay humble and inspire young generations, give them good knowledge, good advice. To everybody can be in my position if they work hard, you know.
Where does that come from? Does that come from your parents? Does that come from religion? I mean, a combination. Where does that come from?
I think combination. My parents raised me like well, I mean, I was crazy kid when I was young, and I make a lot of mistake. But my parents always was teaching me to don't stall things, don't be criminal. Just you gotta earn it. Everything you have to work hard, and that's how my parents raised me. And I respect my parents so much for that. And after everything else, like, I think combination, like we are in martial arts sports, and we are harder workers, and then these sports make you humble. You have to work hard. You see other other fighters who are working hard as like you are, but sometimes they not right time, right where, and then they miss some opportunities. Sometimes they miss fight, but and then you realize how grateful you are. Or sometimes you see some successful fighter, and then you just wanna work harder. Like the guy works, and you just wanna be like him. And then it's like you learn a lot of things in martial arts, and I think um, that helps too. And also, religion also, like everything else, uh it's combination with life. And then I know I'm like around always with good people, good training partners, good coaches, good people. And I know I now I choose, like I see the bad sides, good sides, and I always choose the good sides. I can why I do bad sides when I can do good sides.
Life is always about choices. Fighting is about choices. You're in the middle of the fight. You got a choice. Do I give in, or do I find a way to go past where I feel like going right now? So, um, I think you're a great example to really what I. I mean, life is a fight, right, Marab? I mean,
Yes, yes, for sure. I
you
agree.
know.
Yeah, we gotta
So,
fight.
and I think you can use your success to teach other kids that might not realize that certain things are attainable to them, that they see you, they think you're different, they think, oh, he's born different, oh, he doesn't have these fears, oh, he doesn't have these weaknesses, oh, he doesn't have these things. But they would be shocked to know, yeah, you got all those things, but you developed yourself in a way where you can overcome those things. Does that sound right?
I agree 100%. Exactly. Like all my life, I was underdog, and even my last fight, I was underdog. And
How is
but
that possible? How is that possible? Please explain that to me. You were the champ. You had beaten 4 UFC champions already, right? I know the other guy was undefeated. I know he had the great Khabib in his. I get it. I understand all that. But you're you're the champion. How are you the underdog? Did that bother you? Did that motivate you?
no, actually, not motivate me, not bother me, because I believe my hard work. So how I do very simple in life. When I go gym, I wanna do my best. I wanna just give all what I can do. Like just long as I know that I give, I got good training, I put hard work in, I'm good. And I come home, whatever, rest, recovery, eat, and then now I'm full-time fighter. And then if I have energy, I go again gym, because I'm not working anymore. It was a couple of years ago, I used to work and I only training once a day. But now I train 2 times a day. And then if I'm not beat up, and if my body not hurting, and especially if I have a fight, of course I'm gonna go second time training. And then and then again, I want to give all. Like I want to do my best in training. So, and when I'm doing every day like this, I do my best in training and I'm getting better. Now when I'm fighting, I want to do my best. I just want to, when fight will be over, I just want to be, when I will with myself, I want to be true. I give all. Even if I lost, I won't complain myself, because I will say, what, I give all. I did my best. I'm not gonna. I wasn't lazy in the training. I wasn't lazy in the fight. We know it's fight. It's everything is possible. So, and when I do my best, um, that's all about. And so I forgot your question. What was your question? So.
No, I said that. Were you surprised that you were the underdog?
No,
That
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I wasn't surprised, because I know I work hard. I know what I can do, and also I training with top guys. I training with big guys. I training with champions. I have a good training partners, and I see all, and I believe myself. I believe my hard work, uh, and also I don't care other people's opinion, because I heard so many things, so many knowledge about this fight. People say that, but I do listen this, but I'm not taking. I'm just if I catch something that I learn from that, I learn. But to take something to me motivate myself, or um, if something really makes sense, yes, I will take it as a lesson. But otherwise, no, nothing bothers me, because people, like, there is so many people, they have own opinions, and but this is, I believe my hard work, and it doesn't affect me, this one. Um, so, but yeah, the let's go back. Me, I have all the. I'm regular guy. I'm not nothing special. Especially when I was young, I was top guy, top, and I'm Georgian. But otherwise, I was losing in wrestling, in judo, and I have some losing in the fighting too, and I'm just regular guy. I have. I'm not like a best fighter, best striker. I'm not a best wrestler. I'm not a best whatever. Even people say now I have a best cardio. Yes, I do have, but this is not. It's not genetic. Some people say it's genetic. It's not genetic. Yeah, I work hard, and now it's experience. Also, now I don't have to spend. I don't have to waste energy. I just punch when I need to punch. I rest when I need to rest, and I know I done this one so many times in the gym, and I'm so comfortable with this, and that's why my cardio is good, because I'm not worried. I'm relaxed there, and yeah, I'm not. That's it. Then everything else together works good.
In other words, you're not wasting energy. You're not burning too fast. You're not wasting. You're what I always talk about in my business. You have to become calm in an uncalm environment, because when you're not calm, you burn up a lot of extra energy. When you're calm, you save energy. You do not waste energy. I think that's what you're describing, or part of what you're describing is that you are calm in this environment, that a lot of people are not as calm in that environment, as comfortable in that environment. And by being comfortable, you can be more efficient and not waste any energy. Towards that, you are called the machine. I mean, there's a reason why it's not
Mhm.
because you drink oil. You don't drink oil, right? No,
Yeah,
no,
Jigga.
no. So you are called a machine because you seem to have a gas tank that never runs on empty. What kind of cardio training do you do that might be different than somebody else?
Just practice. Uh, MMA, sparring, jiu-jitsu, and I'm in the gym every day. I'm just doing my best, and then if I'm hurt or if I'm traveling, like now, like I am in New York, and I'm gonna run outside, and if I find a hill somewhere or something, I will run, do shadow boxing and stuff. But I don't do like a crazy cardio like machine or like bicycle.
Wait. Stop right there. You're a
Yeah.
great trainer. One of your great trainers. You have two of them, but you have a few, and they're good people. To me, that is what speaks of you too. That you don't only have good trainers, you have good people around you. Ray Ray Longo told me that he has a thing where he has his guys run a hill, and that
Yes.
you ran the hill, and everybody was finished. They already ran the hill, and you ran it again, but a little different. A little different. You put somebody on your shoulders and ran the hill. Is that story true?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Well, that would be a big reason why your cardio is so good. That's a little bit different than I would think most people would do.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah. You have to be better than other people. You have to do better than other people. You have to something extra. So my thing is, yeah, when I'm tired, I always try to push my limit, and I try to do my best. That's when I'm saying, just uh, I do simple again. Like, let's say I finish workout, and if I do something extra, I know my opponent. Okay, when I'm tired, I know my opponent is tired, like he's training somewhere, right? And he must be tired too. But when I do extra something, I know my opponent cannot do more than what I do today. So this is keeps me relaxed, and I, I do my best, and I'm sure my opponent, whoever will fight me next, he's not training harder than me, and it's easy. And then also then in the fight shows this. I'm a hard worker. I just work hard, and
I don't know too many fighters. I don't know too many anybody that is running up a hill with a man on his shoulders. I don't know too many other people, Marab, that are doing that or would think about doing that or going to a place. I often talk, in all seriousness, I always talk, Marab, about the special fighters. They have the ability to go to another place that other people just don't go to. Does that make sense to you? That
Yeah, for sure, I agree, because yeah, you have to be little bit. You have to love what you do, and you have to do from your heart, and you have to sacrifice. You have to do extra things. You have to be a little bit crazy with that, and you have to find a way. Just don't make excuse, and just push your limit and training hard, um, because nothing is perfect in your life. Sometimes raining, sometimes cold, sometimes hot, and you have to just get up and work, and don't make excuse. And because when the fight day comes, when you know that you put hard work and you experience all, and hard work is done, all you have to do is show up. Just show up. You wasn't cheating. You don't take a shortcuts, and all you have to do is just go there and do your best and
pretty
show the
good
world.
advice. Pretty
Yeah,
good, simple advice for everybody out there. You used the word earlier. You said in camp, in life, things are not perfect. Things happen. Things happen, but you have to find a way to overcome them. And it's your choice. You had an injury. You had a leg injury. We saw pictures of it. It did not look that good. It looked like it looked like it was infected. It did not look that good. And yet you trained with that and you did not let that interfere with your preparation for the fight. I mean, how much was that leg injury? How difficult was it to deal with that and overcome that? And did that come close to compromising your training?
yeah. Injury was serious, and it was bothering me. Uh, but so yeah, I can say during the training camp, hey, let's cancel this fight and move. But who knows? Next training camp, maybe something happened. Maybe something big, even injury happened. And I'm like, I was trying to find the positive. You know what? Yeah, it's hard to training with this. It bothers me, and it's painful. But I'm grateful what I have, and I can go through over. And I know that also the before the fight, this cut will close and this heal up. Like this cut will heal up, and this also impaction will go away. And it was affecting me in training, but I was finding way to training other trainings, and something it's to stay positive, and just don't take any negative thoughts. And because uh, so I always find the positive ways, man. Like some people has other problems, some people has a but I'm I'm a fighter. I'm a thank God I'm healthy, and my life is good. And so I was trying to find the positive things. And then also, like what I was saying, is every training camp, it's always never is perfect. You always have some problems, like you always dealing with some little injuries. It's either big one or small one, and I never pull out from the fight, and I always stay positive. And of course, we all think oh, should I'm taking risk? Maybe should I do that? Should I do that? But when you warrior, when you fighter, and uh, when you really wanna do something, you will find a way to fix that, deal with that, and fight with that.
I agree. I think people watching this interview, they can learn. They can learn from your approach, from your attitude, in life, in general. The last thing I want to ask you, and then I'll give it to my son, and I promise you he will pronounce your name correctly. I promise.
Thank
You and Topuria are the first UFC champions ever from Georgia. Are you guys close? Are you friends? Is there a relationship there?
Yes, me and Ilya, we are good friends. Uh, I do not know him until he become professional fighter, but I we connect after he was winning professional professional fights, and of course we Georgia, it's a small country, we all know each other, we all have a mutual friends, and we all happy for each other. And when he had his UFC debut, I just text him, then give him advice, simple advice. I said, Ilya, just go do your thing. This is just yes, this is UFC big name, but this is a regular cage, and a regular fighter will stand in front of you. This is nothing different than you was fighting in small organization. I said it's the same guys, it's same cage, and it's just big light, and just focus yourself and don't be distracted about like something. Don't look your opponent something big or something different. I said this is this regular guy, like whatever you used to fight in an original circle. And then of course I give advice every day to people, my training partners or my friends. And like a couple years later, I met Ilya, and he told me, "Brother, you give me very small but big advice. I was so calm and relaxed there when you tell me that, and when I was fighting, it reminds me your words." And yes, I was there, and then I was thinking your words. He told me that he was regular fighter. I treat him like as a normal guy, and then he win his professional debut, and he after that he was finishing. But so okay, I want to add a little things about Ilya. Ilya moved in Spain early, like he when he was young, like 16 years old, and in Spain it was no MMA, and still today MMA is a new sport, and um, it's many city, many countries. It's still new. It's still new. Even US, there is only few good gyms, and so Ilya started training in jiu-jitsu, and he became a jiu-jitsu master, but uh, they don't have like a boxing coach or like any striking coach or kickboxing, anything like that. And him and his brother was studying Canelo Alvarez, and his brother was holding pads like Canelo Alvarez coach, and they was ripping Canelo Alvarez the combinations, and the thousands of times, and then they teach to uh, them jiu-jitsu coach. Imagine jiu-jitsu coach learn to how to hold the pads like Canelo Alvarez, like he was hitting.
Wow. So
Yeah, and then
he was training with Canelo Alvarez
no, he
people,
wasn't
or
training. He
like
was
him,
what
watching
he
tapes.
watching tapes on YouTube. They learn
Wow.
from YouTube. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
They learn boxing from YouTube, but they was rapping. They teach then on jiu-jitsu coach to how to hold the pads. They teach. Imagine the jiu-jitsu coach wasn't boxing coach, but he learned to how to hold the pads. And then but they was ripping the combinations thousands of times and thousands of times. And that's how Ilya came like boxing killer. Like now he's showing his boxing skill, and he's still doing it now. Of course, now they changed the coach. Like now they have a real boxing coach, but like now, of course, like but that's how, like that's, like that. If you want, okay, though the moral is, if you really want to do something, you will do it. So from like
You find a way.
yes, his city, the Alicante, wasn't MMA, wasn't any good MMA gym, but he put together like jiu-jitsu. He already have a wrestling. He he learned jiu-jitsu, and then he teach his coach to hold the pads like Cardinal Alvarez, like, and then he was reaping every day thousands of times, same combinations.
Incredible
and
story.
uh,
Wow.
and now we all see the how he transferred in MMA, and he's a new generation of MMA. So what I'm saying is, um, he's not coming from like Henzo Gracie's or like something like that. He's coming. He's like but he, because he's so smart and so disciplined, and he really wanted to do this. And then now we all see how high level he's doing it.
Thank you for giving us a peek into that. We never ever would have. I've never heard that before, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's out there. And I don't think the fans ever would have gotten a chance to really hear that or know that. It's really interesting. That's a very interesting insight into what how he got to. Because right now, I would consider him the best striker. Would you agree with me? The
I
best
agree with
striker.
you. I
Yeah.
agree with you, and I think what he's doing also, he's he has like unique standing and then pressure and look and everything, and he's trying to not wrestling much. He's just waiting for perfect punches, perfect combination. He's not wasting his energy to wrestling with the guy. If the somebody try, he can depend. He can take them down. He has a great wrestling and jiu-jitsu too, but he's not wasting. He's just looking for big combinations to knock people out, and he's proven it. He's the best.
Yeah, I just want to ask you. We are talking about Merab that life is a fight, right? About overcoming and about finding out about yourself. My father talks a lot of times about great fighters, Henry Armstrong, even Bernard Hopkins, former boxers who they lost their pro fight, their debut, and they were able to defy the odds and to come back and to become world champion. Could you just touch on how that served you in your journey from losing your pro fight, pro debut to making it to this point?
Yeah, man. So I when I have my first fight in MMA, I find it myself. I knew that I was happy, and I know I can come successful with that. And but I was fighting in Georgia. I was winning, but when I moved to US, and I when I training with real training partner like Aljamain Sterling, is I I see there is levels here, like technical levels, and I realize, yeah, I was fighter in my heart, but I need to learn lots of more technique. And uh, and after a couple months later, I had my professional debut, official debut. But and I lost, and when I lost the fight, makes me think about lots of things. I was thinking that I wasn't good enough to continue this sport, um, and stuff like that. But I see my mistakes, and I even I get better. I get better, and uh, yeah, and I don't make excuse. I don't blame nobody. I blame only myself. And then I think because of that, yeah. So that's where I am today. Every time if I make mistake, I blame on myself, and I think every fighter should learn this. It's okay if they lost. Doesn't mean that they're not a good fighter. It's happened because some maybe accidents, some maybe mistake, but they have to learn. But they have to blame all in themselves, and they have to look the mistakes. What was the mistakes? Not like a blame somebody, because of, like, I don't know, like many things. There is so many some if you want to make complaint, you can complain about everything.
That's right. And just your ability to what you touched on earlier, to just find the way. I'm glad finding a way. We touched about some of the ways you find the way with your cardio. I'm glad you cleared up that training. I started to think you did have a third lung. I didn't think it was possible to have cardio like that. So thank you for letting us know you are human in those ways. But I appreciate your time. Before we wrap up, I just want to ask you, what's next for you? If you get to choose who you fighting next, when can we expect you back in?
First of all, thank you for having me, guys. And yeah, I wanted to fight the best option, whoever will be there. And right now, uh, I would like to give rematch Sean O'Malley, because he's a good striker, and he has a chance. Like we all see that we all know that he knocks people out, and he has a big chance. And I still look him as a challenge. I dominate him. He hits hard, and there is another challenge. His name is Peter Yan. Um, he looked good in last fight, and he's former champion, and he has a good cardio, good striking, good wrestling defense, and I look him as a talent, as a challenger again. So those two guys, but whoever UFC will choose, I will fight. I'm here for fight. I'm hungry. I'm motivated, and I'm always focused for my next. I'm not thinking anymore about my past.
Well, Merab, thank you very much for coming on. And as I said at the opening, I only say what I believe. Otherwise, I try to keep my mouth shut. So thank you for teaching us all the, that you can be a champion, you can be the best at what you do, and you can do it with class, you can do it with dignity, and while you're doing it, you can teach others how they should behave. And I think one of the lessons that you taught everybody today in a very simple way is that for all the young people out there, no matter what, or even if you're not young, whatever stage of your fight you're in, to do what you're doing in life, that the greatest enemy out there for all of us is the enemy called excuse. Excuses. That's the thing I think that beats you more than anything else. I don't think it's the opponent that beats you. I think it's your own mind that you make an excuse that you can't do it. And I think that's, you just made it very clear that if there was one thing that the machine uses the most, really, and he doesn't drink motor oil. We found that out today.
Yeah.
No. He doesn't drink motor oil, but he does not make excuses. And I think that alone makes you stronger than most people. And I appreciate you giving that lesson to everybody.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, Merab. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure, and best of luck with
Thank
everything moving forward.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Merab.
Of
Good
course,
luck
thank you.
with everything.